We are in the midst here in the Caribbean, and particularly here in Trinidad and Tobago, in the midst of a storm called Donald Trump. And Donald Trump has unleashed this storm on Venezuela and now in other countries as well. And the storm is wreaking havoc in this part of the world. And in this video, we simply want to do one thing. We've already had 2 sessions with David Abdullah on IBN, the Islamic Broadcasting Network, and we plan to have other sessions as well. But my unique perspective of studying the subject is that of Islamic eschatology. And it was 25 years ago, that's a long, long time, that I wrote the Jerusalem in the Qur'an. And in that book, I based the whole book on the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that when Dajjal is released, he'll live on earth for 40 days, one day like a year, one day like a month, and one day like a week. And we said that this is his footprints. That he will have 3 parts of his mission, and in the first mission, a year will pass like a day, a month like a day, a day like a year, a day like a month, and a day like a week. And it was my interpretation of the hadith, ta'wil, that I came to the conclusion, and Allah knows best, that when Dajjal was in a day like a year, the world experienced Pax Britannica. And when he was in a day like a month, the world experienced, and is still experiencing, Pax Americana. But now we perceive that a day like a week has commenced, and that in a day like a week, the world will experience Pax Judaica. But Trump has simply come to say to me, Imran, no, you're wrong. Pax Americana is still alive, and Pax Americana is wagging its tail. And so don't be so hurried to say that Pax Judaica has commenced. This is what Trump has done by unleashing a new version of the Monroe Doctrine. And he says the oil of Venezuela belongs to him, and all the precious metals, rare metals, rare earth in Venezuela belongs to him. The gas in Venezuela belongs to him. The gold in Venezuela belongs to him. This is a rubber with a gunboat, a cowboy, a rubber with a gunboat. And this is back to square one, what we used to have before, that this Western civilization was rampaging through the world, stamping their feet upon the rest of mankind, non-European mankind, stealing their wealth and imposing upon them the rule of the modern West. And this started with Britain and continued with the United States, and now we see it being revived. And in analyzing what has happened in Venezuela, we pointed out that Russia chose not to intervene. Not even when the United States seized a tanker which was flying the Russian flag. And Russia was informing the United States, this is our tanker, we have given them the right to use our flag. And the United States dismissed that, ignored it, and seized the tanker, and Russia did nothing to stop it, other than a protest. There was no military intervention by the part of Russia, and none from the part of China. And so now it is clear that perhaps the reason why you have this aggressive American policy and taking advantage of the rest of mankind who are weak and cannot have that power the United States has is because they're setting a trap for Russia and China to get Russia and China to intervene militarily in this part of the world where the United States has the advantage. But Russia and China, who have the power to wage war on the United States, no question about that. Russian President Vladimir Putin has said, we can destroy the whole of the United States in half an hour. And believe you me, when he speaks, he means what he says. So Russia has that military power. But Russia has chosen, sensibly so, not to use that power at this time in this part of the world. Rather, Russia chooses to concentrate her power, her military affairs at this time in the conflict in Ukraine and to ensure that it concludes with a Russian victory. And the reason why the United States and Israel does not want Russia to be victorious in Ukraine is because there is a Pax Judaica. We have said in the past, we believe it has now started. Trump has said, no, Imran, it's not yet started. So let's leave that. And the reason why they do not want Russia to be victorious in Ukraine is because this will have significant negative implications for Pax Judaica. So they're doing now this to try to divert Russia's attention and engagement with Ukraine and to come and to set a bait for Russia to have a conflict with Russia in this part of the world. And so we are saying that what we are now seeing is connected with Pax Judaica. And therefore, if our analysis is correct, then, my dear viewing audience, do not be surprised. Do not be surprised if you see further American military interventions in Cuba, in Colombia, in Mexico, in Greenland. We can see the possibility of an American military intervention in Iran, all around the world. And in none of these cases would you see Russia or China intervening militarily to confront the United States. When that happens, don't criticize Russia and China. Don't call them paper tigers, but try to understand what is happening. That Russia and China refuse to take the bait. Thank you. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.